and are likely still feeling some of the shock that came with the finale. While we're getting over the deaths of our favorite heroes, we started noticing a few plot points in the Marvel epic which made us scratch our heads and ponder how they made it to the final cut.
This is a friend of mine, Tree.
I am Groot!
I am Steve Rogers.
Before we count them down, be sure to click on that subscribe button and hit the notification bell to make sure you're up to date with Screen Rant every day.
The Infinity Gauntlet! Ultimate power! Now mine!
The Infinity Gauntlet. In the Avengers Infinity War, we see Thanos had the Infinity Gauntlet forged for him by the dwarf giant Eitri, played by Game of Thrones' Peter Dinklage. While it's a cool backstory for the Gauntlet, the scenes create a plot hole in the MCU. At the end of Age of Ultron, Thanos takes the gauntlet from a vault, so the new story doesn't add up with the continuity. There's been a lot of course correcting by the writers and directors on this one, with one group saying the after-credit scenes aren't really canon, while the directors say the timeline of the scenes don't really make sense. With conflicting reports, we're gonna chalk this up to a plot hole.
Gamora, the adopted daughter of the Mad Titan Thanos.
Last of her kind. In the first Guardians of the Galaxy film, the audience is told Gamora is the last of her kind. In Infinity War, we actually see a flashback to when Thanos adopts the future assassin and wipes out half of her planet's population with the help of the Chitauri. But if half the planet survived and Thanos' doctrine is proven to work, or else why continue doing it, then surely there's half a planet's worth of survivors living. With the decades passing since the Purge, the population would have begun to grow a bit as well. So what happened that Gamora's people suddenly all vanished?
This is time. Endless looped time.
Time loop. Doctor Strange uses the Time Stone to peek into the future and witnesses over 14 million futures, with only one of them resulting in a win for Earth's mightiest heroes. But why doesn't Strange use the stone in combat? In his solo movie, he's able to defeat Dormammu by trapping him into a time loop as opposed to using physical attacks. Why couldn't Strange put Thanos in a similar time loop? If a force as destructive as Dormammu would give up after seeing he's been trapped in the loop forever, wouldn't Thanos? It'd be worth a try, at least.
We have what Thanos wants, so that's what we'll use.
Why doesn't Thor protect Vision? Having witnessed Thanos' brutality firsthand and knowing exactly what his plan is, it's a bit odd that Thor's first move when he comes to Earth was to smash the army to smithereens. Sure, the Avengers weren't having an easy time, but Thor should have known where the priority was.
I choose to run toward my problems and not away from them.
Instead of fighting the Outriders, Thor should have made a beeline for Vision to protect him. Seeing as Thor is one of the few heroes who can safely take on Thanos, he's the one who should have been charged with keeping Vision and the Mind Stone safe.
Loki, look who it is!
I have to get off this planet.
Late Hulk. At the start of the film, we see half of Asgard decimated by Thanos and the Black Order. Loki reveals to the Mad Titan that he's in possession of the Tesseract, aka the Space Stone, before announcing that the Hulk is also on the ship. So this means Banner was waiting around to be called out, because Hulk wasn't going to sit around waiting. So did Banner and Thor willingly let half of Asgard die so we could have a callback to the first film?
I have an army.
We have a Hulk.
Hulk should have been swinging as soon as Thanos boarded.
If he gets all the Infinity Stones, he can do it with the snap of his fingers.
Overkill. Okay, so let's talk about Thanos' master plan. Due to dwindling resources and population spikes, Thanos decides the only way to save the universe is to kill half of it, and to do that, he needs the Infinity Stones. But with the power of the universe itself, couldn't something else have been done instead of genocide? Thanos could have easily provided the universe with food, medicine, and other resources for them to share. He would have been the ultimate hero, but instead he thought wanton murder was the right call. He is the villain after all, but his plan surely makes him the villain when a much easier solution was available.
Xandarians. What a bunch of losers.
How did Xandar fall? Thor mentions in passing that Xandar has fallen, and was how Thanos got the Power Stone. Assuming this information was revealed to Thor during his battle with Thanos as Ragnarok took place moments before, then we must ask, how did Xandar fall? Xandar is a large planet with an army. Thanos didn't have any of the stones at this point, and the MCU hasn't made clear what Thanos' natural abilities are. He certainly didn't take on an army single-handedly, and even 5 against a whole army with ships. Seems like stacked odds with a quick line to brush it under the rug.
It's like his muscles are made of Katati metal fibers.
Stop massaging his muscles.
Why doesn't Gamora go with Thor? Thor quickly finds his way into the custody of the Guardians and forms an alliance with them to stop Thanos from collecting all the Infinity Stones. He parts ways with Rocket and Groot in search of a new weapon while Star-Lord, Drax, Mantis, and Gamora head to nowhere. But Gamora should have gone with Thor. She knows she has to stay away from Thanos due to the information she has about the Soul Stone. If she went with him, there'd be no way that he would have been able to obtain that information, and Gamora would have been spared.
And I could snap my fingers